outset, I thank the organizers for the wonderful conference we are enjoying since yesterday. And the morning yoga was really a very charging, you know. And the talk by Dr. Prabhu Mishra was really made me speechless. And there is so much of knowledge. But unfortunately, I'm speaking not against. I have nothing to contradict. But my views about how to add years, instead of adding years to the life, how to add life to the years. Okay. Are we staying long or staying healthy? Since the dawn of human civilization, the pursuit of immortality has been a perennial quest. Over the past century, unprecedented advancement in medical science, public health initiative, and social policies have significantly increased the global human lifespan. So there is a debate between lifespan, that is the number of years we lived, and the health span, the life which is free from chronic diseases and immobility. Okay. A growing gap exists between lifespan and health span, meaning people live longer but spend more years with chronic medical diseases and disability. The global focus is now gradually shifting from merely living longer to living better. The longevity focuses on life expectancy, disease prevention, and survival focus, but quality focuses on psychological well-being, functions, and fulfillment. So there are key factors for health life, that is risk stratification, prevention, early interventions. The impact of aging is physical, psychological, and social, and biological. Aging is natural, complex, and lifelong process characterized by reduced biological functions. So let us see. The aging starts in a cellular level, genetic and cellular changes over the time, shortening of telomeres, damage of mitochondria, reduction in cell division, and cellular degeneration. Exactly, the research is going on at the cellular level, which we heard just now. Then coming to the brain, there are some neurological degenerations, and it affects the bone, joints as well. Osteopenia is seen by shortening in the height, and osteoporosis risk factor, and sarcopenia, that is reduction in the muscle mass and strength. A person loses 10 to 15% every year of the muscle mass. There are changes in the skin, nails, sensory organs, presbyopia, and internal systems like obesity, metabolic disorders, insulin resistance, diabetes, cardiovascular, immune system, and the cancer. For everything, aging is the main determinant. Coming to effect of aging on brain. Certain part of brain shrinks, prefrontal and cerebral cortex, due to decline in the hormonal receptors, deterioration of blood vessels and blood glucose level, neuron and neurotransmitters. Its brain cortex is so very important for learning and other complex activities. Person has difficulty in remembering the names and numbers, but brain has a capacity to revive. Brain maintains the ability to change and adopt so that people can manage new challenges and tasks as they age. Alzheimer's disease is the common neurological degenerative disease seen very commonly, 1 in 9 at the age 65, and at the age 85, almost 33% will have Alzheimer's disease. It's the 4th leading cause of death in Asia, and it really increases the global burden. Now coming to neurological and psychological impact, estrogen is beneficial for the brain health, cognition, and motor functions. It is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Aging and menopausal transition brings estrogen decline and causes mood changes, declined cognition, forgetfulness. If forgetfulness become a frequent symptom, it leads to stress, anxiety, and depression. We have to rule out dementia by clinical evaluation because that is a psychiatric condition. These menopausal symptoms are triggered by aches and dependency and social isolation, which are preventable and by the lifestyle changes. So what do you mean by quality of life? It is physical functioning, emotional well-being, social relationships, and sense of purpose. Coming to physical activity, and no age is a bar, and we are, the way we think, we can go for a light aerobic activities, minimum 150 to 300 minutes per week, like fast walking, jogging, and cycling. And also along with that, we have to go for strengthening and resistance exercise like light weights and TheraBands. And we should start slow, and priority should be our, safety should be our priority. We have to break the sedentary lifestyle. And the benefits are metabolic profile is increased, cognition is increased, and the muscle strength is increased. And just like physical activity, mental activity is also, fitness is also important. You can go for some mind-stimulating activities like crossword, play bridge, or some musical. You can learn and keep learning, and it keeps you active and fit. Forgetfulness is very common in an advanced age. You get your things organized, and there are some ways to handle to jot down all the tasks and with the to-do list, and don't do too many things at once, and you can recall and consolidate and keep your documents safe. Socialization is very important because nearly 15 million elderly are living alone, either it is inevitable or by choice, and 75% are women. 33% older adults experience social isolation. It has a negative impact on mental health. And we need a better support and structure in elderly. So you are what you eat. Healthy gut microbiome is crucial for immunity, digestion, and mental health. A diverse, fiber-rich diet, 30 grams per day, probiotics, they balance the gut flora. Gut health disruptors, be aware. Say no to processed food, alcohol, caffeine, artificial sweeteners are no more safe, and fried foods, hard to digest, red processed meat, and they all damage the gut line. We have to be really cautious before we eating. Then there is a brain-gut axis that we should remember. The stress affects our digestion, and so before dealing with GI symptoms, first we have to manage the stress. Say no to bad stuff, smoking, alcohol. They almost harm every organ. They harm the brain cells, cancer, hypertension, cardiovascular, fertility, immune system. And good sexual activity is a healthy prescription. Regular coital activity protects urogenital atrophy. You feel free and discuss openly the sexual problems with your partners. Loss of libido, erectile dysfunction, GSM can be treated by hormones, laser, and other remedies. Happy hormones boost self-esteem and cognition. A good sleep is very, very important. The rest makes the brain clear of toxins, and it prepares your brain to focus, to learn, and to remember and work creatively. It improves immune system, and it manages chronic medical diseases. But unfortunately, according to the CDC report, At the age 75, 8 to 12% use sleeping pill, either on prescription or over the counter, in spite of national guidelines against it. The risks are it harms the brain cell, impairs memory, and it affects the daily activity. So life is beautiful. Take some hobbies, take out me time, especially in our profession, and you can really enjoy and rejuvenate. It's a body scan.
Discourse stops. Breathe in, mindful in. Breathe out, mindful out. Spend 20 to 60 seconds noticing sensations. Imagine tension decreasing with each breath. Release your focus on that part of your body. Move on. If your thoughts wander, gently bring your awareness back. Let awareness travel across the body. Release your focus and come back to your surrounding.
Okay. Training your mind to the present moment is number one key to making healthier choices. There are many benefits of mindfulness. Being able to be your true self is one of the strongest components of good health. Have you heard of Ikigai? It's a Japanese secret to live long and lead a happy life. You just identify what you love, that becomes a passion, what you're good at, make a profession you are paid for, elation, and that's what the world needs. So it's Ikigai is a hidden deep inside each of us. Finding it requires patient search. There are some tips for anti-aging, little things that add up to a long, happy life, how to live longer and better by finding your purpose logotherapy, active mind, youthful body. Stress is accused of killing longevity. Little stress is needed as a stimulus. A lot of sitting will age you. A model's best kept secret, find flow in everything you do. Anti-aging attitude will turn your work and free time into space for growth. That's a modern track of COVID. Post-COVID, we learned how to.
Is this city in India the future of the world? You heard that right. India has a secret city and experiential society which has no politics, religion, or racism, and everybody is treated equally. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, say hello to Orwell. Orwell is a human experiment established by a lady called Mira Alfasa in 1968, where 5,000 members from 124 countries came down with soil from their homelands for the inaugural ceremony of this futuristic sustainable township. Located in southern India in the state of Tamil Nadu, Orville supposedly has a zero crime rate and everybody pretty much gets the same
Last
salary.
slide.
In fact, it's a cashless society with their own method of payments in place. Now, I've never really seen anything like this before anywhere else in the world. Would you ever consider living in a city like this? What if the entire world was like Orville? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.
Okay, this is my last slide. I just conclude.
Is this city
Sorry.
India the future of the world? You heard that right. India has a
So the best is yet to come. Me not getting older, just becoming classic. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.